Yeah, we are in APAC Melbourne now, and we have Kevin Sullivan here, Director of Innovation. And they have last year performed fantastic good. They have had a huge improvement in delivery or on-time performance, going from almost 0 to almost 100% within that year. So how could you do that? How could you make that happen, Kevin?
Well, about 12 months ago, our slip rate on projects was extremely high, and we made it clear to the teams that this was unacceptable. To address that, we decided to concentrate on breaking the projects up into smaller chunks or steps, and to put an emphasis on sync points and meeting the sync point dates. To do this, we had to give our project leaders some training in how to identify those sync points in the first place and make them meaningful and reasonable. And we also gave training in step planning and put an emphasis on step planning. So really, after doing that, we then emphasise the need to meet those step points on a regular basis. So we hold a weekly pulse meeting here in this pulse room, and each of the project leaders has to confirm that they are on target to meet the next sync point, and if they're not, explain why. So we just worked on reinforcement really. We did the initial training and then reinforcement, and demanding really that the sync points get met. So we've reached the point now where the teams all take the sync points seriously. So when they're planning those steps, they set realistic, achievable time goals. I don't believe they pad the times too much of it all. One of the things I do is I attend some of those step planning meetings and ask myself, do I think that time is reasonable? And most of the time it is. I have to emphasise that it's their time plan, not mine, so I might ask questions, but in the end I have to accept what they say. So I think we've got to the point now where it's becoming an accepted norm that we meet those sync points. And then if we miss them, it's taken seriously. It's not just sort of, oh well, we missed. It is, why did we miss, and how can we improve that in the future so as not to miss? So we've got that that normality of behaviour, I think. To me, the sort of speeding up our process is a two-step process. The first thing is to be on time and do what we say we do. The second thing then is to work on, okay, we're now, as a matter of course, meeting our target dates. How can we go faster? So I think we've achieved the first step, more or less, and now we need to move on and work on the second.
Yeah, that sounds really, really good, Kevin. Do you have a pulse board over here with the existing, ongoing projects right now? So how are they going?
Well, we've been running this for a couple of years now, and as you can see, we're looking pretty good. We've got a whole stack of green dots there on the next sync points. I would say that just coincidentally, a lot of these sync points have only recently been set. So one would expect at the start of a step plan you would be on time. But generally speaking, I would expect the majority of these to be met.
You have a red dot over there. What is that?
This is for against a launch date that we set at Gateway 2 for a particular project, and we know we are not going to hit that. We had a particular delay in one part of the project that was irrecoverable. And so we have replanned that launch from June to now Gateway 4 in October this year. And so our planning is now aimed at making sure we hit that reset target date for launch.
Yeah. So you have a committed new plan, but you keep the red one there as a memory that you need to learn from it.
That's right. That's the one we committed to at Gateway 2.
In the beginning.
So it stays there.
No. Okay. So thank you very much, Kevin. This is a very, very nice result. And we will also continue then to discuss the pulse room by itself. Okay, thanks.